Warning, we are going to spoil the entirety of Drive. If you have not seen the film and want to, click off the video now and come back later. If you honestly don't care, stick around.
So, what do you think, Driver?
That's very interesting.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cinema Roulette. This is the very first episode. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, so we're just going to see what happens.
I am Justin, also known as JK Pancake.
I'm
God,
coughing at the moment. I am Cameron, also known as Bonfan91, also known as Cameron Pixinc, also known as The Name is Bond91. I go by many names.
You seriously need a better name for this channel.
Fuck you.
What?
I know.
But yes, welcome to our movie podcast known as Cinema.
You broke up a little bit. Cinema-roo is what you said.
Damn it. Thank God for editing.
I know. Welcome
Mark
to
Cameron will just not edit and make me look like a dumbass.
Welcome to Cinema. It's not your fault the internet cut out.
I know.
Cinema-roo.
Woo, that's it. It's Hollywood.
Hollywood, exactly. So, might talk about that some other time as well. But
oh fuck.
Anyway,
no, let me stay focused, damn it.
I'm sorry. But anyway, let's explain what the hell this is first and why they're watching this.
Okay. We made a wheel. The wheel has 20 movies on it. We're going to spin one once a week. Actually, technically twice a week. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it will land on a movie. We'll watch it, and then we'll talk about it for like an hour.
Yeah, it'll be loads of fun.
The movies on this wheel are split into 4 categories, 5 for each category. 1 is films I have seen and Cameron has not. 5 are films Cameron has seen and I have not. 5 are movies we've both seen, and 5 are movies we haven't seen but want to or have been told to see.
Exactly. And today's movie is one that Justin had seen, but I had not seen before this, so...
Welcome to Drive.
Drive, everybody. If you've seen this movie, you probably already know how awesome it is. Spoiler alert, we both love it. And let's
Oh, I loved it before you saw it. I recommended it to you, and you were supposed to watch. Like, I told you to watch it before we even thought of this podcast. So.
I know. Well, I think it was during Anime Midwest that I first got it on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah, so like back in July.
Yeah, well, I mean, you told me to watch it before then, but it's like I had owned it since July, so I kind of had no excuse.
Yeah, and now it was the first movie we watched.
Yeah. And the thing is, excuse me, I think what was going on, because when we did this whole thing, I was like, oh, you're going to wait to make me watch Drive? You're like, yeah, first movie it gets on.
It's like, damn it, we're going to have to wait so long to watch it. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Well, but yeah, and just so you know, we kind of just spontaneously decided to do this. This was just kind of an idea. Why don't we do this? Sure.
Yeah, this whole podcast was literally a thing I recommended about around midnight while we were playing a game of Killing Floor.
Yeah, so.
Enjoy my stuttering there. Thanks.
Killing Floor.
In case you don't know or don't remember the movie enough, Drive is a crime drama and I guess thriller. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that falls under drama. It's up to you.
I guess. I mean, obviously thrillers can have drama, but it's like, yeah, that's.
Yeah, but it's a crime drama starring Ryan Gosling as the driver or kid, whichever you want to call him. We never get his name, and he's just Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, in the credits, he's literally just the driver.
He's a getaway driver and a stuntman on the side, plus a mechanic on the side. He does a lot.
He's a busy man.
He gets tied up into a bad situation and has to solve it. Normal crime drama movie plot, honestly.
Yeah, except done in this really gorgeous, really like gritty way. It was fantastic. So
Oh yeah, shit. Where to start with this
that's
film?
the thing. We gotta think of where to start. I mean,
Um. Also, some of you may know the movie because it's inspirations for the Hotline Miami games.
you said one of the main inspirations, right? You broke up right after that, so
Yeah, one of the main inspirations.
yeah. That and another movie you said, right?
Cocaine Cowboys, but
Yeah.
we did not watch Cocaine Cowboys. Neither of us has seen it, so we won't talk about it.
No, we literally can't talk about it.
Except it exists.
That it does. That it does. So
Okay, where the fuck to start
that's the
with
thing.
this?
Like, I'm trying to think. Like, should we have like categories for this? Like cinematography, like or like plot, editing, cinematography, like shit like that. I don't even know, man.
I don't know. I was thinking more casual, just kind of go with
just
the
kind of
flow.
talk about it. I just say that. So yeah, that's perfect. But,
Yeah, we just need a place to start.
yeah.
Because everything about this movie is so fucking good.
It is. Fuck, man. I mean,
Okay, actually, with liking this movie so much, what's one problem you had with it?
shit. That's actually a really hard question.
Right?
A problem I had with it. Like I want to say the ending, but I liked the ending more now that I more think about it.
Yeah, like it was very bittersweet.
Yeah. The only really I don't know, man. I the only thing I can say, and I'm kind of hesitant to say it, is because that's kind of how the movie was designed. Is that it's like a tad bit slow at points, but
Yeah,
that's
but that
not
was
a bad
always
thing.
build up to the violence.
Exactly. So there isn't much I can think of that's wrong with this movie. It's just a fantastic movie.
The only problem I would say is that in some scenes they were very quiet.
Oh yeah. But then again, that could be just due to the Blu-ray in general. Because the thing is, if you go to your settings and you go into the audio settings, like the audio setup shit and all that, if it's set to 5.1 surround sound and it's coming out of just a standard stereo setup, the dialogue's going to be really quiet and the action's really loud. I found this out, actually, while watching John Wick with my dad. The first one, when we watched it, like, it'd be really quiet, like, be talking, and then boom, 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 then really tight, and they'd be talking, then boom, 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 boom. And so when we watched the second one, I actually went into the audio settings and set it to just regular stereo, and it sounded fine.
Huh.
So that might have just been due to our setup, but I don't know. That is the thing. I will say, like, even with that, it probably still would have been really fucking quiet. So it has the same problem Heat does at times, except it's a lot better. It's better than Heat.
And also, while we were watching, we were cracking wise that it was like Baby Driver, but I realized a lot more connections than I thought.
Yeah. So why don't we start with that? Because like this movie obviously was made before Baby Driver, but there are a lot of connections between it. So I'll let you start with those. Let's start with those.
Yeah. Okay. There's the obvious comparison of they're a getaway driver, but even the opening is sort of the same setup.
Mm-hmm.
He's completely silent. There's little to no dialogue during the opening chase scenes of each movie. But the difference is the way of tension, or the way to get you excited. In Baby Driver, it has bell bombs playing, so it gets you really pumped, and you feel the speed in the action. This one, there's no music, like there's next to no music, as he's slowly going through the streets, trying to avoid all the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Like the moment where they're at the stoplight with the stare down, it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Like Baby Driver gets your adrenaline pumping with the cars going racing, but this one, it's just tense as fuck. Because obviously he does that, and the robbery, even the opening robberies, are filmed in a very similar fashion. Because it's just him in the car waiting for the robbers to get back. And Baby Driver, he's singing along to bell bottoms, and this he's just kind of sitting there waiting for him. So.
Yeah, it introduces both of the characters' personalities. In this, Ryan Gosling is very cold, or he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
While Baby, it shows that he still has like this innocent spirit while he's doing these sort of terrible things.
Yeah. And yeah.
Or he has some form of innocence.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like he does like initially like speed off in the robbery, and the thing is like how he tells is like, well, and they both kind of have a kick too. Like Baby's whole thing is he wears headphones to music while driving, and his while he's waiting he like straps a watch to the wheel and watches the time.
Yeah, because everyone only has 5 minutes to get in and get out, otherwise he's gone.
He says that like he says that he's like if you're like he's like you have 5 minutes, if you're a second like a minute under, a minute over, he said that's it, I'm gone, or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Another thing is the way the plot is set up. Because the first half of the movie is building the driver as a character, like, so you get to know him. I don't know, you just went quiet, so...
I know, I didn't want to really interrupt you. I was just letting you go.
Sorry, it's hard to tell when something's cutting out. Or...
Yeah.
We'll just have to get used to that.
I guess so.
But it builds him up. And you questioned why, in a later scene, you were so tense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where they were saying where he's sitting at the kitchen table of his neighbor while the dad finally came home.
Yeah, well, I guess we should explain that a little bit too, because like he ends up like having a thing with this girl who has her son, and the dad's in prison, and then he comes out of prison, and like there's a scene in the hallway where it's just tense as fuck, where he comes out with the kid, and he's just like, "Hey, so I hear you've been,
Yeah, where the husband stares down the driver.
Yeah. So I hear you've been helping him. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it just kind of cut quiet, and he's like, "Yeah, so you're a stunt driver?" Yeah. It's just like, And so they're at the dinner table and they're just talking. And like and the way it was shot or something, my heart was shooting. I'm like, this is tense as hell.
But one of the main reasons that was happening is because at the beginning of the movie, we saw him as a nice guy. Like, Ryan Gosling is so fucking charming in this movie.
He is. He's just a charming dude in general. We were talking about this a little while we were watching it. We're just like, his smile, his face is just, he just seems like a likable guy.
Yeah. But also, before we get to the sit down there, we also see him threaten someone. And after knowing him as this really calm, collected guy, that's fucking terrifying.
That's true.
And also, we were never told why the dad went to prison.
Yeah.
We just know he's out and that he had the stare down. So now we have in the back of our minds, the driver can be violent and he can be terrifying. And also, we know nothing about this guy except he's a bit hostile.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the only thing that's even hinted at to what he did, he's just like, is during the party scene where he's just like, well, I've done some terrible things, but it's time to make up for it. So,
I'm assuming it was robbery because that's what the job. That's what the job he gets to pay off the protection money in prison.
Something like that. Yeah, because like later on, it ends up like he ends up getting beat up because like he had protection in prison from this gang, and like he got out, and they kept saying like, "Oh, you owe 10 million. Now it's 15 million. Now it's this. Blah blah blah." And they kept ripping.
It was
him
1,000, not a million, but yeah.
Yeah, well, something like that. But yeah, they kept ripping him off is the point, and he said no, and they just beat the shit out of him, and that's what gets the plot set in the motion.
And then the driver wants to help him so that way... Oh, fuck. Hold on, I'm going to remember the character's name so that way I don't just say the woman. Irene.
Irene.
Cameron, don't sing the song. I tell you not.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was almost going to.
I knew you were. That's why I need to bring it up.
Wait, were you thinking of like, Come On, Eileen?
Maybe.
That's Eileen, not Irene.
Fuck off. I went on a bit of a tangent, I realized. Getting back to the baby driver point.
Well, actually, another one real quick, too, is that, like, they both kind of revolve around debts. Like, Baby had a debt to Kevin Spacey, and then he ropes him back in, and this guy had a debt, and he paid it, and they roped him back in.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. But what I was going to say is with the plot, the first half of the movie is all build-up, and then the second half is where everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, here's how it was all set up. Here's where it goes awry.
Yeah. It kind of just starts... the turning point is when I think they rob the store, so...
Yeah, when they finally do the job that's doomed to fail.
Yeah, that pays off his debt. Like, I could tell immediately going into it, too. I was like, something's going to happen here. This won't go wrong in any way possible.
Well, we're at the halfway point of the movie,
Yep.
and we're doing a heist where there are two important characters.
Yeah.
And a kind of sketchy business deal. I'm sure it will be fine.
For sure it'll go swimmingly. Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, we told them to watch the movie.
Well, exactly. But but yeah, and that scene's great too because it like there's like a good like jump moment there too cuz like there's like no music during that scene. It's just them going in just being really tense and all of a sudden just bang.
Oh yeah, this movie is so quiet and it's lovely.
It is. Well, that's the thing. Like, and it plays with that too. Like, the sound design is also brilliant because, like, during this whole thing, it's just silent, and all of a sudden, just bang, and it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, the gunshot rings out, and it's so loud. It's a punch to the chest when you hear it.
It was. Oh my god.
Excuse me.
But yeah, then of course that goes on because like he had, I guess like the guy he owed money to had like a girl that went along with the robbery, which again we pointed this out. It's like this chick was wearing high heels and just slowly walking to the car with the bag of money.
Yeah, I don't even understand why he put his gun down when leaving the pawn shop. It's a fucking pawn shop. Of course the guy's armed.
Of course he's gonna have a fucking gun, right?
Yeah, but he's standing in the front of the doorway putting his gun away. It's like, idiot, run!
Yeah, run! Run before...
You just stole $1 million cash!
Right? And you're from a pawn shop dealer who is probably scary looking and probably armed. Book it!
Plus, you're a minority and he's white!
Yeah.
This isn't going to go well!
No, exactly. Yeah, so... Yeah, he's Latino, so... And just to point this out too, like the girlfriend's white and he's Latino, and it's kind of just they say nothing about it. It's cool.
Yep, that's just the thing.
It's awesome. So
take that, Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, Hollywood. Was this more of an independent movie that kind of got attention, or what?
Yeah, I think this was independent, and it was also based off a book. I don't know which one.
Huh. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Well, they said it was based off the book in the credits, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that shit goes wrong. He takes the girl to the hotel room and fuck.
You good?
I'm good. Sorry, I just had flashbacks to Ryan Gosling being fucking scary.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get back to him real quick. I know we're jumping around a lot, and hopefully later episodes we will focus up more.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies. Apologies, it's a pilot.
It's a pilot. Shut up.
Don't shut up. Please give us feedback.
You get comment, like, subscribe.
Shut up.
I'm sorry. I couldn't take myself seriously. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing that. That's hilarious.
Jesus. But yeah, Ryan Gosling in this, he's just fucking great. Like everything else in this movie, he pulls. Okay, hold on. Let me words correctly. Like we said earlier, he's just so damn charming. He doesn't say much, but his face. His face is lovely. I will kiss this man. And then he'll probably be like, what the fuck? And I'll get arrested again.
For sexually assaulting Ryan Gosling.
I mean, worth it, right?
Right? We're not gay, by the way.
Sure, Cameron, whatever you say.
Okay, maybe bi, but no. But freaking yeah, he just has a likable face, and that smile, that award-winning smile, man.
He just cracks a smile all the time. He doesn't talk much.
No,
he's basically a silent protagonist till the end, with only very sparse is the word. Sparse lines.
Yeah, that's proper, but. Yeah.
And when he gets fucking serious, it's terrifying.
Yeah. And you first see this, like, in the bar, because, like, at that point, like, he hadn't really done anything, like, threatening or any of that. And he's just kind of just sitting there having coffee, and this guy who was in a...
a past client comes up to him.
He's like, hey, yeah, I remember you. Like, you did this, haha. And you think, oh, okay, yeah, he's going to real fast client. He just stares him fucking down. He's just like, shut the fuck up, or I'll put your teeth down your throat and shut up for you, and just stares him down.
Yeah, it doesn't even cut back to the guy, which is great. You just see Ryan Gosling to tell you the guy walked away.
Yeah, that's great. Well, yeah, you just like his eyes just follow him away. It's just like, well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, that was a moment where it was just like, fuck.
And
okay.
yeah. And that was the scene where like that's why the dinner table was so tense, like you said. So
yeah, that's when you realize the driver can be scary.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when they get to the fucking hotel, he just like slaps the bitch, like puts his hand over her mouth, like points at her. He's like, "I'm gonna hurt you if you don't tell me the truth," or something. Like I'm like, "Fucking hell!"
But he stays in the calm tone, which is somehow more terrifying.
Yeah, that's just it. Like he doesn't raise his voice; it's just the same calm tone. I'm just like, ugh.
The only time he snaps is when he's questioning the guy who sold him out.
Yeah.
Obviously. And sold out Irene.
Yeah. His mentor. And
sorry.
You're just thinking.
Speaking of fuck. Sorry, my words are breaking.
It's okay.
Speaking of the shot with
what? Hold on, you broke up.
The shot with his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, the cinematography is just so good.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful with all these vibrant colors that just pop but don't distract you too much.
Yeah. This is a gorgeous fucking movie. So, Ryan Gosling has been in two of the most beautifully shot movies I've seen in the 21st century, Drive and Blade Runner 2049.
You have clearly not watched enough Wes Anderson.
No, I haven't. But I'm saying Ryan Gosling. No, I'm not saying like other movies aren't like that. But I'm saying like Ryan Gosling specifically has been in two of the movies that I'm like, God, this is fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah, I forgot how nice this movie looks and the soundtrack. Tying that in,
the soundtrack is bitchin'.
Soundtrack is this Hotline Miami synth, 80s. Pop, I guess you'd call it.
I guess like more kind of like a synth like club type feel almost to them.
Yeah, it's very mellow. It's nice, and whenever there's action, the movie goes quiet. It's like fucking focus.
Yeah, that's just the thing. The sound design again is brilliant just because like it knows when to go quiet to build up tension and when to play music,
which is so rare in movies nowadays.
It
to allow it to be quiet.
Well, and that's just the thing with a lot of action movies, like we've said too. It's just like, they think like if there's bum 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 soundtrack, it's just like there are scenes where it's just like let the movie be the movie, let it go silent and just build up the tension like that.
Oh, even Baby Driver has somewhat silent moment when his iPod gets destroyed in a scene. I won't say much more of the spoiler, and then you just hear the ringing in his ears.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, when we get to Baby Driver, the sound design in that movie is fucking brilliant.
Oh, of course, it's Edgar Wright.
It's Edgar Wright, so you know it's good.
Hold on, let's add Edgar Wright to the list of directors who we will suck off once we get to them.
Yes.
Right below David Fincher, and there we go.
Suck off both literally and figuratively.
I don't know if he'll be flattered or terrified.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably the latter.
Probably a mixture of both.
Probably the latter.
Probably the latter. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, because obviously the director has input on the cinematography, but God, it's so goddamn gorgeous.
Again, with the mix of the colors, there are some shots that as a poster.
There's some shots what?
Where the colors just like. This is one of the few movies where I've seen lens flares and they don't bother me.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, they're natural lens flares. They haven't been added in post like a lot of them are.
Yeah.
And they're not like bombastic. Oh, sorry. They're not like bombastic, like staring at the sun or something. They're like kind of more subtle than that. Like a reflection in the lake or river or something.
Yeah, and usually it's not in like the middle of an action scene or something. It's in the middle of a moment where I'm down. It's like, here's just a beautiful landscape. Here's the driver being human.
Yeah, exactly. So here's a nice, beautiful vista. Oh, and the one shot I loved is where, like, because I guess you could say a lot of the lighting is very noir or neo noir, have you, with like the harsh lighting at times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's this one shot where like it was like this orange, nice, bright, beautiful orange, like, or darker orange sunset coming through the window, and Bryan Cranston was sitting next to Ryan Gosling just smoking, and you can see the smoke through it. I'm just like,
Also, Bryan Cranston's in the movie.
Bryan Cranston in the movie, by the way, around the 3rd or 4th season of Breaking Bad, it was when this was filmed. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
take that as you will. He's fun. All the actors do a great job.
All the actors do a really good job. The guy with the weird, like, you know, like the older dude with the weird fucking chin. Ron Perlman is the actor there. So
Yeah.
He has
Ron Perlman ever played a good guy?
I don't think he has. No.
Well, he looks like a Bond villain.
He does.
So,
It's like, when you have a face like that, it's kind of hard to be cast as the good guy, isn't it? And the movie is like shot really gorgeously, but also like it's very gritty because the violence. Whoo, the violence.
Oh, the violence is lovely.
It is. It is so fucking violent.
It doesn't. Don't go in expecting a action movie because the violence is very far and in between.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the thing is, like, I've already compared this the movie before with Justin, like on other like conversations we've had, but it's like a movie from the 70s called The Yakuza with Robert Meacham, where it's like more of a slow, like, pot boiler thriller, but when the action scenes come in, they just hit you like a fucking hammer.
Yeah,
like it's just bursts of extremely graphic violence.
Yeah, just any time it happens, it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. That one fucking headshot, just like, Jesus.
Oh, that headshot is perfect.
Oh, it's great. Well, one of the best headshots I've seen in movies, along with Maniac from 1980.
Yeah. Actually, with the line, that does bring up one problem I had. That was the second car chase when they were getting away from the pawn shop.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't shot very interestingly.
It wasn't. It was good. It just wasn't. Well, yeah. I don't know. I didn't really have a problem with it, but.
Well, I'm saying this like this isn't something that would knock off a number if I gave this a 1 to 10 score.
Yeah.
But it was just something where I was like, this could have been shot a little cooler.
Yeah.
Like, instead of shooting at midday, maybe shoot near sunset or something, or later in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Or even earlier in the day.
Because the reason that I really didn't have a problem with that is because all the other chases are shot like that, so.
Yeah, but one was like at night. The other ones were at night, which allowed more lighting to be used.
Oh, I see. Like, have it like during like earlier in the day where it's like more of a sunset type thing, not just like midday.
Yeah, where there would be more colors to pop with. Because, actually thinking about it, there isn't many interesting camera placements. It's just what's filling the screen that is the interesting part.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. There aren't like any like shots that are like super like creative or stylized. It's just it's just the way I guess it's set, the way the set is set up, and the way the camera is set up, and the way the lighting hits it is what makes it fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it's what makes it pop. Like with like what you said, the shadows or the vibrant colors just really come out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the thing. And that's another problem that movies have today is we need color in movies,
Oh my god.
Like, so many movies, like, I know that's a whole nother rant we can go on, but it's like so many movies are shot completely like desaturated, so it's like, oh, this is so gritty. But like movies like this, like that are shot like it, like with very vibrant color, are just amazing to watch because you don't get that much anymore.
Well, it was mainly for contrast, too, because the only time you see vibrant colors committing crime.
Yeah.
Like, whenever he's back at home in the apartment building, that's where all the vibrant colors are. Even though it's apparently supposed to be sort of a poor place.
Mm-hmm.
Irene has a beautiful apartment.
Yeah.
Which is like a very odd thing to say. It's like, it's a beautiful home.
But yeah, if we said that, it's like, for a poor apartment, this looks pretty nice.
I mean, I guess she's been living there for a while, so she could have painted over and whatnot.
Yeah, paint over, gotten different like accessories and props and stuff to hang on the wall. So,
but yeah, that was always a nice contrast. Like whenever it's a criminal thing, it's either very dark gray or feels almost dead in a way.
yeah, almost, yeah.
Like again, going back to the pawn shop, the whole parking lot is basically empty.
Yeah, like
it's just like you don't see any of the buildings around the place. It's just an empty lot with a building
mm-hmm.
and a couple of parked cars.
Yeah. So there was like it was like a pawn shop out in the middle of fucking nowhere, which is probably why they chose that location.
Which really didn't expect to get robbed.
Yeah, right?
Whatever.
But it's fine.
There are a few like plot things.
There are a couple things really? Where it's like, yeah.
Like during that second car chase where they go from small old town to hills.
To just giant hills in the mountains. It's like, okay. It's the strangest landscape I've ever seen.
Or how the race car plotline kind of went nowhere.
It really did, didn't it?
I guess it was just to give him a connection to the villain.
Yeah. Which, I mean, granted, they do bring it back. Like, he's like, man, I really want to see my name in that car, but that's too bad. So, I guess that was more of a...
No plot. There's no plot connection after that.
I guess it was more of a red herring in a way then, so...
I guess, yeah.
But...
Wait.
What?
What the fuck was he building in his apartment?
Yeah, they never explain that, do they? Okay, so during
when the husband comes back and they're having the party, it keeps coming back to the driver, his own lonely apartment, building something.
It's like, it looks like a little engine or something like that.
Oh,
like, when I first heard it, I thought it was like, oh, is he like making a bomb or something? The fuck is this? And they just kind of never explain. I mean, I know there's probably like a loose explanation for like, oh, it's like a part for the shop or something, but like they never really explain what the fuck he's building.
Yeah, I was trying to think if that was like a bomb he uses later during Revenge, or if he like puts in the race car or something, but
yeah,
I don't know.
That plot thread's kind of just dropped, so we never find out.
Yeah, it's just never explained. Maybe it's a cut scene and we just don't know.
Yeah, who knows? So
it's always a worrying thing if a scene just gets cut.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, so we talked about that. Yeah, characters are done well. Like they don't really like they're just more introduced by their actions and stuff. So
yeah, there isn't much dialogue in this movie.
No.
From anyone, honestly. Except the villains, I guess. Yeah. They're the only ones who run their fucking mouth.
Which, I mean, then again, they're villains. They kind of have to do that to be interesting, so...
I don't know. You could have a villain that doesn't talk.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I like if you had, like, a hitman or something that, like, if you want him to be, like, really scary, you could have him, like, rarely talk or something, so...
But that's kind of cliche.
Yeah, that's very cliche. But, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Yeah, the dialogue is almost very art house in a way because like there are scenes where they just kind of sit there looking at each other, not saying anything. Like it feels very art house. I know I made a film like that.
I guess we should also say Cameron has gone through film school. Yes. I'm going through it.
Yeah, I've gone through film school and have made movies and all that, gotten into the circuit a bit, and he's actually just starting it. So this is interesting.
Well, I guess you take that as you will.
Yeah. Take it as well. I take it as well. I know as this goes on, like we'll both eventually be through film school and be doing films and shit. But
yeah,
going to our apartments, boning. But I mean, hey,
I have higher standards than you. I'm sorry. First off, has to be. Cut that. Shit. What else is there to talk about? It's just like. If you still haven't seen this movie, even if we've spoiled it for you, still go see it.
Still go see it. That's the thing. Like, it's worth watching. Like, I know we described it, like, but it's like, yeah, go watch it. Even if we spoiled a bit for you, just go watch it. So, but, oh yeah, and there's one more thing to talk about, the ending. So, which...
Oh, yeah, the ending.
Yeah. So he gets in real deep, like, and that scene at the beach where he, like, murders Ron Perlman is awesome. Beautifully fucking shot.
Well, it's kind of awesome until he, like, what's just say the actor's name again?
Ron
Just
Perlman.
broke. Ron Perlman, for some reason, runs towards the water.
Like, for no reason. Like, what happens is it's like this very, like, almost eerily shot. Like what happens is he crashes his car onto the, like, he like rams the car off the road, then comes back around, rams it off a fucking cliff, it does a flip, and then lands on the beach. And it's like this very eerily shot scene where he like just comes out of the car, just down the cliff and slowly walking, and there's like a lighthouse beam going around, which I loved. And
yeah, that was awesome because it like gave you only a quick second to see the driver's figure.
Yeah, and like, because in the scene, like we said, he's a stunt driver, and the stunt driver wears like this like human like mask, because it's like if you see him, it's in a farther away shot, so it doesn't have to be like really detailed, but it's like this really like pale, like just uncannily, like just this eerie mask that he's wearing.
Yeah,
and it's
with
really
very sunken eyes, which
Yeah.
kind of adds to the terror.
It's just really disconcerting. So what is his first thought? I'll run into the ocean.
Yeah, not run down the beach to find a place to get up to.
Yeah.
No, run towards the water where he can drown me.
Exactly, and guess what happens? Take a wild fucking guess.
That's right. They become best friends and go get milkshakes.
Exactly, you get milkshakes. So.
Such an oddly happy ending to that movie.
Yeah, right. And they get some money back, and it's all good. So.
No, they bought an ice cream business, and they were happy
yeah.
forever.
That's right. And then everyone lived happily ever after.
So back to the real ending.
Cut to the clue. Cut to the clue thing where it's like, that's what happened, but here's what actually happened.
Clue's such a good movie. We
That
should do that
was.
too.
Yeah. But yeah, so he kills Ron Perlman, and he goes back to the main mafia head, and like he meets up like to give him the money. So he gets out of the car, gives him money, and spoiler alert, shocker, the mob boss fucking stabs him in the gut, and then he takes out his own knife and kills the fucker. Then he just like he.
I also realized they never told us he carried a knife or showed him grabbing that knife.
Yeah. Well, it is true. I assume he just like had it on him. Like
yeah, I mean, but you could have at least shown a quick shot of like here's Tim putting a knife in his coat or something.
You could have. I mean, granted, yeah. I thought it was fine because it's like I assumed he wouldn't have gone to face him completely unprepared. You know.
Well, he was already ready to die. He like calls the trigger and is like, "I may not ever come back."
Yeah, I'm going to a thing I don't think I'll ever come back from, something like that.
And even if I live, I probably won't because I want you to live and stuff.
But the one scene where it does work is when he's going into the guy's club looking for him, and he has like something up his sleeve, and just it drops in his hand, just hammer goes in there, whack.
Oh yeah, and then there were tits because R rating allows you to do that.
Because hello there, R rating. But yeah, it was the one scene where it worked because he didn't know what he was carrying or what he was gonna do. He faced it, just pulls a fucking hammer out, because he has hand on this and hammer. I'm just like, fucking hell.
I kind of wish he beat his face in instead of the way the guy dies later in the movie.
Yeah, that was a little
Where
lame.
it's stabbed in the eye with the fork and then stabbed in the throat. Which, that's just overly cruel, man.
That's just a bit over clear. It's like, did you really need to stab the fork in his eye?
Like, what was the point? If you're gonna go that loud, why not just shoot it?
I know. Also, it's a great thing that there were no patrons in that restaurant, but
Yeah, it's a good thing no one actually works at this fucking pizzeria.
Right? I guess it was the weekend or something where they were closed.
The weekend for a pizza place.
Well, okay, maybe a holiday or something. I don't fucking know. It's a long stretch either way.
Maybe it's just for laundering money. Like they have the thing in.
You have the thing in what you cut out.
Like they have a sign that makes it say it's always closed, and they just use talks.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Well, no, but because they showed the pizzeria earlier and it had people in it.
Oh yeah, they sell pizza. Okay, yeah, that makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
Well, because it was midday too. It wasn't like late at night or something.
No, the sun was clearly coming in through the window. Yeah, and again, another kind of weird thing is like, yeah, let's dress up in our finest tux to go to a pizzeria.
Yeah, they're having a party for some. I don't even know why they were having that party.
No, it's just like a bunch of people like dressed up in these really fancy clothes. I'm just like, you're at a pizzeria. You're at like something that looks like a fucking Papa John's or something.
No, even less than a Papa John's.
Even less than that, yeah. So it's like, really? But, and I guess that was just like, they just have like Ron Perlman laughing in slow motion, like, I'm evil.
As a woman clearly wanted to go home.
Yeah, I clearly want to go home, just like, I'm done with you.
This is how most people feel when they see Ron Perlman.
I almost feel bad for the guy because he does have that mug that's just like, I'm evil.
I'm the villain.
By the way, in case you didn't know.
But yeah, fuck, we go on a lot of tangents.
We do. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing because for all we know, the audience could fucking love this.
What audience?
Oh shit, you're right.
People don't like us.
Aw.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, he gets stabbed, and at the ending, he's just like kind of like it cuts back to the girl, and she's like going to their home, and he's just driving away, and it just ends kind of there, just kind of ambiguously, which is it feels kind of abrupt at first, and then you really think about it, it's like, yeah, that was satisfying. So
yeah, it was somewhat satisfying, like knowing that he wasn't just dead.
Yeah.
But you gotta feel bad for Irene.
Yeah, we were talking about this too. It's like freaking Irene, she because the girl
loses her husband.
Like her husband is in jail. She loses her husband. Her husband fucking dies. And if she's still with Ryan Gosling, then he fucking just either A, dies, or B, like goes away forever, depending like
because he doesn't want her to be in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So
and now she's gonna be stuck as a single mother trying to pay rent in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
On minimum wage.
Exactly. That's just that, and that's just not fair. So
it's actually kind of depressing.
That is a little bit, but
this is a less happy ending
when you really think about it. Yeah, because like freaking like it's happy that he's safe and she's safe, but at the same time it's like fuck.
Well, unless you want to infer, because they play the song again that they played when he was having his day out with Irene.
Oh,
like
yeah.
his one happy time, as he's either going to a happy place or he's driving back to her.
Yeah.
You could take it as that, but I don't think so.
I didn't even notice that. You're right. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the same song.
Yeah. Nice.
Real Human by Madonna. It's not true. Someone's mad.
Real Human by Madonna?
That's the only lyric I heard. It was Real Human.
I don't actually even know that. Like, I would have gone with Material Girl or something like that, something more absurd.
I don't know music. I watch movies. Damn it.
Well, you're knowing music. You're knowing music better now. So you're getting there. We'll get you there.
Yeah. Jailhouse Rock was done by Limp Bizkit.
I'm sorry. Now I'm just imagining Fred Durst fucking dancing in the jailhouse rock
with a chainsaw. What?
With a motherfucking chainsaw. What?
Okay, yeah, we're going on a tangent.
Yeah, we're going on a tangent. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this fucking movie.
Yeah,
it's really good.
This is one thing we do have to make sure. We talked about this, and we will probably, unless we think of something, we will never talk about Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. We both love that movie.
Oh, I didn't know we weren't going to do an episode on it, but yeah.
Well, I can't think of anything to say on it, honestly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is a great fucking movie, but it's like there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just a good movie.
Yeah, it's just, I guess you could say, like, there's not many hints towards the plot twist.
Yeah, but that's about it. Like, what else can you actually think of to discuss other than it's a good fucking movie?
It's a good fucking movie, and there's a really shocking scene.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that movie has that's the thing about before you go in Dragon Tattoo, freaking prepare yourself because there is some very disturbing rape scenes in it. So
like literally, it was so disturbing. The male actor had to sit in his hotel room for 2 days.
Yeah, he just locked himself in his hotel room for days and just sat there. So
it was like 2 or 3 days. You can look up on IMDb in the trivia.
Yeah, which it's like, yeah.
In case you're wondering.
And we also said too that like when we actually start doing films, like we're either like we're not going to do the sex scenes or I'm going to do them or something.
No, we'll get someone else to be in the room.
Yeah.
It just feels awkward. We can go on. I don't know if we should go on about this or save it for
we talked about the movie, so in conclusion, Drive's an amazing movie. Watch it. Boom.
Yeah, go see it. It's a movie so good, even knowing the ending, you can enjoy it.
You'll still fucking enjoy it. Yeah, just the way it's shot, just everything about it's just fantastic. So
it is a slower movie for a lot of the time. So if you're looking for a fast-paced, bloody action flick, this is not where to go.
No, go to John Wick or The Raid for that. So.
Oh, The Raid.
Ooh.
I don't even think that's on the wheel right now.
Nah, we'll get to that eventually though. So.
So any final thoughts on Drive or no?
I think that's about it. So it's an amazing movie. Stars Ryan Gosling. Go fucking watch it. So.
Okay. Then I'm gonna explain the second portion of this show.
All right.
Well, sort of second portion.
Yeah.
Because next episode, I technically lied at the beginning, is not going to be a movie.
Huh.
The main reason we're doing this is because both of us have been rather lacking in watching films. I mostly have. How do you feel about your film watching?
Fairly good, but not as much as I feel I should be.
Exactly. So we're trying to up that, but also mostly me. Cameron has his own weekly shows to watch, but I have not been watching many series.
Yeah.
So every other episode is going to be a TV series. Next week is the first 4 episodes of the anime Angel Beats, which is one Cameron has seen and I have not.
Yeah, so that's good there. That varies it up. So this one you've seen and I hadn't, and now we're going to do something that I've seen and he hasn't. So that anime holds a very special place in my heart. So I'm really excited to watch that again.
And the reason it's only the first 4 episodes instead of us seeing through the whole series is 1, we can talk a bit more in depth about it, and 2, that's going to be a lot more helpful when we get to American shows or more live action stuff because we'll probably only watch 2 episodes then. Maybe
2
3?
or 3, depending on the series, yeah.
Depending on the series, because those are an hour long, and that will basically add up to 1 movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and with Twin Peaks, it's tricky, too, because it's one of the few series where, like, the pilot episode is movie length, and it has total 3, like, movie-length episodes.
Yeah, that's going to be a pain in the ass. The show wheel has the same rules as the movie wheel, except 5 for every category. It's 3.
Mm-hmm.
And, if we ever do series in this show for movie series, we are only going to do trilogies unless we feel the 4th, right?
Unless we feel what?
Unless we feel the 4th one is worth it, like to go to as well.
Yeah. We're going to do like trilogies or something. Yeah, unless we feel the other movies are fine. Like Mission Impossible is going to be an exception because there's 5 movies and they're all really good. So.
Yes, and if it's a series, we will go each week will be one of those movies and we'll cut out the shows.
Yeah. So
until we're done with that series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll like do them in consecutive order. So
yeah. Any other rules we should tell them?
I think that's it. And every once in a while we'll have a special thing. So.
Oh yes, every once in a while have a special wheel that we'll only use once, and it will have different rules than the other wheels did.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I could add also for behind the scenes, if it is a movie we have both seen, we decide that we don't really have to watch it together.
Yeah.
Or if we both haven't seen it, we don't have to watch it together.
Yeah.
But if only one of us has, then we do have to watch it together.
Yeah, and the reasoning for that is just one we've already probably talked about, but then the other one knows our opinions basically already, and because that way we can form our own opinions about the movies we have seen or haven't seen. But and 2, just so we can enjoy the other person's reaction to it. So
yeah, that's why we watch it together so we can see our person's reaction. For films we haven't seen, we don't want the other to influence.
Yeah.
Like we could watch. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a random movie. What's something that just came out?
So it just came
Justice
out.
League,
Justice
let's
League.
say. Which that's going to be dead since we have a backlog.
Yeah, that's true. Like just a little bit, because we're gonna do it shortly after, but we're gonna have a little bit of backlog. So,
But yeah, say Justice League. Cameron may love it, but I may hate it, and I don't want to influence that before we sit down and talk.
yeah. So we'll
because that could turn into more of a debate as well.
Which that'll be fun if that happens.
Yeah.
So
if one of us enjoys the movie and one hates it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
I think that's it. So.
Well, that means we have to spin the wheel.
Well.
To decide the movie for next week.
Do you want to do that right now on the episode? No.
Do you not?
That's true. So yeah, next episode, look out for Angel Beats parts 1 through 4, or episodes 1 through 4, and we'll find out what the movie is right now. Let's do it.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the website.
He has the wheel. We have a website we use for the wheel, so.
Yeah, but Cameron does a little animation at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, let me apply changes, because apparently it doesn't save once removed. But anyway. And spin the wheel!
Goes 10 times.
Ooh!
What we get?
We are getting the remake of Flatliners.
Oh, that, I don't know if we can do that.
Why not?
Flatliners just recently came out and is not available on media yet.
No, sorry, not the remake. Well, we chose Flatliners because it was on Netflix.
No, it's not on Netflix.
Oh, what the fuck?
No, it's...
Why'd you put it on the list?
I don't know, actually. The original's on Netflix, I think. It's a remake.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Because we...
Well,
Technical difficulties in the plot.
No! Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, we have a choice.
Yep.
So there's the Flatliners on Netflix, which still we both haven't seen.
I think it's on Netflix. Either way, it was made in 1990, so it's accessible. And it had fucking Kiefer Sutherland in it, so.
Hold on here. I will double check for your stupidity. Cameron fucks up. No, it isn't. Okay.
Well, okay. I'm glad we caught this little awkward fucking moment on air.
So do I just spin the wheel again? What do I do?
Yeah, fucking I don't. Well, we already spun it, so it's off the list. So I say we do it when it comes out. We'll put it back on when it comes out on media.
Yeah, we'll put it back on later.
We'll put it back on later, because again, I saw the commercial for it in theaters, and the premise looked fascinating. So.
Okay, what type of movie is it?
A horror.
Horror? Okay. Yeah. Well, we also had other horror movies on Netflix that both of us have not seen.
That's true.
So I'm going to give you a choice. Hold on, let me get to my list, because I know I can get... How many movies do you want? Do you want on 3 or 5?
What do you mean?
How many movies do you want to choose from? Because I can give you a couple.
Give me 3.
Give you 3? Okay. The Babadook. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Or Raw.
Tell you what. Let's do this.
What?
Put the Babadook on the list.
Okay.
Spin the wheel.
Then spin the wheel?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the wheel. You fucking moron. I'm actually mad.
Oh.
Ah, you stupid son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. I know. I didn't think it through at all.
Babadook. Apply wheel, change it. Spin the wheel.
Oh my god.
First episode, you fuck it up. Okay, again, a movie neither of us have seen. The original Assault on Precinct 13.
Ooh, all right.
John Carpenter, and let's see how this goes.
We did not plan this out, by the way. That was a complete fucking accident.
That was a complete accident. All Cameron's fault.
Anyway. Okay, so... am I going to become the new Ross now? Just like, God damn it, Cameron.
I don't know. Are you going to keep fucking up
No,
that bad?
I won't. I'll try not to.
Stupid piece of shit. Please tell me you didn't put any TV shows that have been released yet.
No! I'm not that fucking serious. At least Flatliners has been released. I'm not going to put something that hasn't been released on the list.
Okay. I don't really have an outro. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
You fucking dumbass.